Hello friends, SentinalH here, and welcome back to our ChromatiCraft tutorial series. So in this episode, of course that happens right as I start recording, we're going to take a look at some more rituals, some more abilities that you can give yourself. Oh goodness, knocked my mouse. Some more abilities that you can give yourself in ChromatiCraft. So the previous ones we looked at sort of did things related to grabbing items and manipulating the world in various ways. These ones are going to deal more with your character and keeping you alive and giving you some very useful benefits. So if we open our book and scroll down, we're going to take a look at least these four, and we're going to see how many we can get to in a decent length video, because there's a ton of these things, and if we only do 4 per vid, you know, it's going to take us a while. Actually, that's it to get through them all, but we're going to see how many we can get through. So our first one is instant health. This one requires what is this one? Galazio, and darn it, I can't remember the names of these things. I had them all memorized at one point. So that's Galazio and Curari. All right. So this one requires Galazio and Curari, and it's instant health. So you use it, and it just instantly gives you some health. Now, it doesn't give you very much health, but it's not designed to heal you to full from almost death. It's supposed to give you a little bit of a boost without being overpowered, which it does really well, I think. Then there's Arrow Shield, which deflects skeleton arrows, and that just requires Karma because it's the protection color of protection. Then there's Fireball Source, which requires Portocali, which is fire, and Rizova, which is attack. Generally speaking, that's the general gist of what they do. And Peace Broker. This is a more expensive one. This requires Kuro, Karma, Rizova, and I think that's Argia. So 4 of them. So it's a bit expensive, more expensive than the others. Peace Broker. It makes hostile mobs not hostile to you. So it's really, really helpful. It talks about using magic elements combined with the application of a healthy amount of deception. So we're going to go ahead and experiment with these and check them out. We need to go into survival, and we're injured right now, so this is perfect. So we're missing 3.5 hearts. So if I go and scroll through and we go to instant health. Now if I just hit space on this, nothing happens. This is one of those where you have to put at least 1 point into it in order to get it to work. And if I put 1 point into it, I get half a heart. Okay, so each point you put into it is giving you 1 health, and I believe, and the 1 health is half a heart. So if I go full to 4, we get 2 hearts. Okay, so if you go to 2, you get 1 heart. Right? So then 3 would be 1.5. All right, so the most you can get with this is 2 hearts, and it's going to use a decent amount of power to do. You're going to need the Galazio and Curari in order to do this. I know, since I have so much of the Curari and Zambaru, it's kind of hard to see my Galazio up there, but I do have it because you are going to use it, and it is a little bit expensive, I think. I don't know, but if you don't have those energies, or if you run out and you go to use this to save your life and it doesn't work, you're gonna be, oh man, I don't have enough power. So keep an eye on that. But that's instant health. Very simple. It gives you health. Next, we've got the arrow deflection. So in order to demonstrate this, we're going to go into creative, so I can grab a spawn egg. We go to miscellaneous, and we grab spawn skeleton. Man, I have so much cobblestone in my inventory from when I made all those big holes. Speaking of which, if we go to that big hole, it'll be a good place for us to spawn our skeletons, because they won't burn up. Fly over here. Wait, I thought it was over here. Oh, it's over there. I'm an idiot. So we're gonna go over here to the big round hole he made in this mountain. Oh, isn't really a mountain, is it? It's not big enough to be a mountain. Like a large hill. And we're gonna spawn ourselves some skeletons. 4 skeletons. 5 skeletons. And then we're going to go into survival mode, and they're going to start shooting us. And I did take a little bit of damage, but as you can see, they're shooting me, and the arrows are bouncing off. I don't know if you have to be a certain distance for it to work. Let's get right up next to the guy. Oh, they shot each other now. It deflects the arrows, so maybe it's deflecting the arrows into the skeletons, and then they're attacking each other. Because now they're all fighting each other. And they only start shooting each other if they shoot each other accidentally first. Let's go back into game mode 0 so they'll start shooting us. Yeah, see, the arrows bounce off of me and can hit them. And if that happens, they aggro onto each other. So that's pretty cool. But if I'm right up next to the guy, he can still hit me. So you gotta be at a bit of a distance, it looks like. Because if I get right up in this guy's face, I'm taking damage. If I back up, nope. There's a lot of arrows bouncing around. We're gonna go back into game mode 1. We're gonna get out of here. So that's arrow deflect. It works quite well. It deflects arrows. It only uses Karma, so as long as you find a Karma pylon and charge yourself up, you could definitely keep this one on for a while, I would suspect. Very, very good if you are going to be fighting skeletons. So that's arrow deflection. It does what it says, and it does it well. Next we have Fireball Source. Now this is an interesting one. It does exactly what it sounds like. It shoots a fireball. Now it shoots that fireball as soon as you hit space. So without any charge, I don't actually know how much health this guy used to have. So we're going to demonstrate on this pig. Hello, pig. Now because it does it... No, I got to back up. Because it does it as soon as you hit it, and you can't aim while you're doing it. There, that did 3 hearts off this pig. So it does quite a bit of damage even without any charge. However, if we charge it up, like 1 point, it does I think it does a larger explosion. I'm not sure. It's based on the gas ability. So it does, there, it turns sand into glass. Or was that gravel into glass? I'm not sure which one was there. And if we charge, no, not that one. No, if we go and charge this up all the way, woof! That's a large explosion. Oh, it turned the dirt, it turned the grass blocks into glass. So if we do it all the way, that's a fairly large explosion there. It's a gas fireball. Big explosion, and it spreads a lot of fire. And it breaks blocks. Wait, is that oil down there? Did we just find oil? That's exactly what happened. That's really funny. Did we find it, or did we make that? Is that like liquid? I don't know what that black stuff even is. It's not telling me. Let's grab a bucket and find out. I think it looks like oil. But I can't actually bucket it. Oh no, it's not bucketing because I'm in creative mode and not survival mode. Let's go into survival mode and try and... Oh, it is oil. That's what I thought it was. So yeah, we found oil and we lit it on fire. So that's Fireball Source. That's exactly what it says on the tin. It shoots a fireball. Again, while you're in this menu, you can't aim, so you gotta fire it off pretty quick. So it's gonna be difficult to shoot it at moving enemies, moving targets. But who knows? Maybe there's it'd be cool if you could bind these to a hotkey. Who knows? Maybe you can. I don't know. Next we have Peace Broker. So what we're gonna do now is go underground. Now Peace Broker makes hostile mobs not hostile as long as it's active. Very useful if you're going caving, or if you're going somewhere where you know you're going to be doing some fighting. Oh, that was a weird stutter there. A bit of a freeze. If you know you're going to go somewhere where there's going to be a lot of mobs, you're going to do some fighting, Peace Broker would be very helpful. So we're going to go down into this cave where I noticed some mobs. Here's a skeleton over here. Right? 2 skeletons. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on... If I go into survival mode, these guys are going to start attacking me. But if I turn on Peace Broker first, and then I go into survival mode, suddenly these guys are not... They're not hostile. They're not attacking me. I can walk right past them. They don't care. Now, obviously, if I attack these guys, they're probably going to attack me back. So if I punch this skeleton... Come on, skeleton. Quit walking away. Oh, there's another skeleton. Oh, actually, no. He didn't. So, with this Peace Broker on, you can even punch them. They don't care. They're not going to attack you. That's really nice. That's really cool. So that's Peace Broker. It's very straightforward in what it does. It does what it says on the tin. It brokers peace between you and the mobs, as long as you can maintain it. Tricks them into thinking that you're friendly, I guess. I don't know. And you can even punch them in the face, and they don't care. Quite useful. That's Peace Broker. So, now we have this one, which I think is, as far as bolstering yourself to make you more survivable, this is probably the one that you'd think of the most. This is health boost. If we scroll down, it's this one. No, it's this one, health boost. It does exactly what it sounds like. It increases your maximum health up to 3 times. Now, if we look at this, we can see that it has 50 levels of charge. If I go into survival mode, now this requires Zambaru and darn it, I forgot again. What's that purpley one? That's the one I always forget. Curari. It requires Curari and Zambaru. And so if I go in here, well, first let's use instant health to heal ourselves to full, so that you can see what one of the mechanics of it is. Okay, so now we're at full health. And if I go over to the health boost and I don't push any buttons, it doesn't actually boost my health. I still have health 10 of 10, but it changes my health meter, and I think it is active. So I think it is draining energy. I think that this drains energy over time to maintain your boosted health. I know it'll drain energy when you first cast it, but this has up to 50 levels. And if I go up to level 1 and use it, I now have 11 health. Now, 10 health, which is the normal level, is this, full health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hearts, right? So that gave us an extra heart. Now, if I scroll all the way up to 50, did you see the meters there noticeably move? I got a lot of those 2 powers in this. I've got a cap that's huge. It does use quite a lot of power in order to charge this all the way up. Now, if you don't have enough power, if you don't have enough of those 2 lumen energies to charge it to full, it won't let you go above what you can afford. So you can charge it up to, and then look at that. When I used instant health level 2, you can see it really drained my Curari right there. So I'm a bit low on that. The best way to heal myself all the way up is going to be, I wish I had like a regeneration potion crystal around here. Let's go back into game mode 1, and we'll get ourselves a Curari potion crystal. Go into survival again. Whoa! That was a bit nuts. So I don't know why the screen was going all crazy like that, but we now have 60 health and a very colorful health meter. 60 HP is huge because you only have 10 by default. So we got a lot of health now. We can take a real beating. So this is really going to bolster your survivability, but of course it takes a very large amount of power to turn that on. Now, as you also noticed, when you turn it on, it doesn't give you that health. You stay at whatever health level you were at. Your maximum health increases. So you're still going to need a way once you have this. Once you turn it on, you're going to need a way to heal yourself up to gain that benefit. If I turn it off, our health's going to go right back down to where it started at, and then I have to turn it all the way back on. Boop. And see, we've still got regeneration, so it's healing us back. I don't know why my screen's going all jittery while I'm healing. But if we look at our wheel there, so there we go. We're back up to the 60 HP. So if this ability turns off, you instantly lose all that health, and you go back down to, whatever you were at. So I assume as long as you have more than 10 health, when it turns off, you'll just end up with full health. If you had 1 health and this turned off, you'd probably stay at 1 health because you've got less than the maximum of 10 that you can have without it. So that's just my assumption. 10 hearts. So we've got a lot of health here, which is really useful if you're going to go into a dangerous situation. I can survive a real beating now, which is the main point of this ability. But of course, it took a lot of power to get here. So it's not a cheap ability. If you want 60 HP, you're going to need a lot of those 2 powers. And then I turn it off. It actually, the wheel drained again. I think that's what it should have been set at. See, so I drained a lot of Curari using this health boost. It's not cheap at all. So yeah, you know, getting those high levels is expensive. And if I try and do it again, will it let me go all the way up? Nope, I've only got enough for 23 now. So we burned through that power, and now I've only got enough to go up to level 23, which is enough to get me up to 33 health. But now it's going to be even lower, so if I turn this off, now I've got essentially no Curari. I can only go up to 3 now. So you're going to use a lot of power turning this ability on, so don't do it lightly unless you have a source of Curari nearby. If you're going to use this ability frequently, you're definitely but I would definitely set up one of these for Curari and for Zambaru so that you can charge it up easily, you know. That is to say, you know, if you don't have something better by then, like a lumen tree, which would allow you to easily charge those 2 colors just on the one thing. But yeah, you're going to need a hefty source of Curari and Zambaru in order to use this ability. But it's definitely a great ability, so I recommend Health Boost if you can get it. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. We talked about several very useful abilities to do with survivability. Again, really, that's what a lot of the ones in this episode dealt with. They're very good. All these abilities are really good. It's just they're balanced by requiring a lot of power. So if you want that 60 HP, you're going to need a lot of Curari and a lot of Zambaru. So everything in this mod is balanced. In my opinion, it's very well balanced to be. Powerful effects are difficult to obtain and they're expensive. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it. Join our Discord if you'd like to chat with us there. I'm SentinalH and I'm signing out.